So I'm going to start the recording, and then I'm going to ask our facilitators to introduce themselves. And so the ones that are here tonight, we have 2 sections of OESP running, and each one of them has 2 instructors and myself in the course. And so I'm going to ask Kim and Lisa to introduce themselves, and then I'm going to ask Katie to introduce herself. So Kim and Lisa, it's to you first.
Hi, my name is Kim Duran, and I am from Modesto, California. I teach at Modesto Junior College in the Community Studies Department.
And I'm Lisa Kennedy from Victor Valley College, and I teach in the Psychology Department.
I'm Katie Datko, and I'm from, I teach at Pasadena City College, or I'm actually non-teaching faculty, and I'm an instructional designer.
Hey, and I am Whitley-Putz, and I work at One. I am the Training and Development Coordinator. That's a brand new job for me. I am also a faculty. I was teaching at Foothill, and I teach communication, and I also teach writing. So this is really exciting for me. This is the first course I've taught for At One as a full-time instructor for At One. So I have a faculty position with them now. I have worked part-time for At One for the last 5 years, so it's very exciting to see At One growing as well as the state growing in our online education professional development. So welcome. What we're going to do is walk you through a few things really quickly with the course, and then we want to leave plenty of time for question and answer as well. So we're going to start by taking a quick look at how to get a free Canvas account. So just kind of a raise of hands, how many people already have a free Canvas account with a sandbox? Okay, half of you, good. You can be mentors for the other people. So remember, those of you that don't have a sandbox, remember who does. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you. And then since I'm already logged into our course, I'm going to go to a different browser. And I'm just going to go to Google them. And when you go to log into Canvas at the Instructure site, so you want to make sure up here that you're at the Canvas Instructure site. If your campus uses Canvas, or if you've logged into Canvas on another campus, then your browser might reroute you to the Canvas instance at that campus. So you want to really make sure that you're on the Instructure site. And then it says, need a Canvas account, click here, it's free. And when you click on that, what it will allow you to do is sign up as a teacher. And with this free sign up, you're allowed to create a course in Canvas. You can actually even teach a course on the free for Teachers site. But this will allow you to make a sandbox, and you'll be able to play in your sandbox for this course and develop anything that you might want. And the reason why we're asking you, even if you have Canvas at your campus, we're asking you to open up a free for Teachers account, because you can enroll people from our class. So your peers can go in and participate as students or participate as teachers with you in your course, and you have total control of that. So it allows us to operate outside of our campuses that are kind of locked by firewalls. They don't allow you to just enroll any student that you want. So this gives you that opportunity to do that. So at your earliest convenience, if you could just log in to canvasinstructure.com and sign up for a free for Teachers account, that would be amazing. And in this sandbox, what you're going to be doing is building a couple of units for a course. Our goal in this class is to help you develop an orientation unit so that your students can get started on the right foot, and you can learn how to use the Canvas tools to create course policies, a syllabus, or an alternative to a syllabus. An orientation video, all of the things that your students need to start their course off on the right foot. And we're going to be using the Online Education Standards rubric in order to make sure that the units that you create are actually aligned with the best of course design. So it's a really great opportunity to learn more about OEI and their rubric and to develop a course that meets the highest quality standards that we have in the state. The other thing that we're going to be doing, though, is developing a portfolio that goes along with that. So if we have course design standards and they say your course should look like this. Hold on 1 second. We're getting a little background noise, and so I'm just going to stop. Oh, here we go. Going to mute you all for just a second. I promise to give you your voice back eventually. Okay, so what the OEI rubric allows us to do is to create a course that meets these design standards, but you can have a beautiful course and have it taught poorly. And so what we want to do is kind of marry good course design with best practices in teaching as well. So this is where the OEI course design rubric and the @ONE standards for quality online teaching merge really well to give you a sense of not only can you build a beautiful course that's really welcoming and supportive of your students, but you can learn these specific behaviors that also allow you to then teach that course in the best possible way. And it allows you to kind of reach out to a wide range of students, to understand what students might need at a particular time, how feedback might help them, how better to design your course even, because certain kinds of teaching behaviors are built into a course. So we're really excited about that marriage of the OEI course design rubric and the @ONE standards. If the sandbox displays what you know about course design, then we need something else to display what you know about teaching behaviors. So people who go through the @ONE courses develop an e-portfolio, an electronic portfolio. And this portfolio allows them to reflect on the 10 @ONE standards. So we're going to be using Canvas. I'm going to show you this real quickly. And Canvas allows you to build an e-portfolio that's attached to your profile. So if you watch the course orientation video, what we can understand about Canvas is that everything here in this black bar is an overarching Canvas campus. And so this bar stays the same no matter which course you're in. Your profile stays the same, your dashboard stays the same, your calendar stays the same no matter which course you're in. If you click on your account, you can set your profile. There's other settings that are involved with that. Notifications is how you get information from Canvas. Files is where you can keep your own documents, images, PDFs. And then this last one is ePortfolios. And if you click on ePortfolios, it gives you the option to build portfolios. You can actually build, well, I think I have 7 in one of my profiles and it hasn't stopped me yet. So you can build more than one portfolio. And this one right here is my online teaching and learning portfolio. I'm actually in the process of migrating this from another portfolio platform. And so I'm kind of working along with you in this class. So if we go to the actual portfolio, what you'll see is that these are the pages in my portfolio, or the sections in my portfolio, and each one of these sections has pages in it as well. So there's a brief introduction that's part of my portfolio. I'm a writing instructor, so that's a brief introduction. If you're not a writing instructor, you're scratching your head and saying, that's brief, but yes, for a writing instructor, that's brief. And then if you go to another page like student support, what you'd see is there's an introduction to student support, but then there's also sub-pages that are part of student support. And so each one of these sub-pages helps me explain ways that I support students and understand the barriers that students face. So what we're asking to do in this course is to build 2 units in your sandbox. And then alongside that, build this portfolio that's reflecting on those teaching practices that you're doing. And I think you'll find that if you have a LinkedIn profile or even a Facebook profile, you already understand what it means to market yourself to other people. And this gives us just a really, really rich opportunity to explain to our peers what it is that we actually do and why we're doing it. So this is a reflection of what you're learning in OESP, and it's also a reflection of what you're doing in your classes. So that's the very, very brief introduction to portfolios and sandboxes, and we'll be talking a lot more about them in the course. I want to take just a second to go into our course. And talk about the weekly structure. So in our Getting Started unit, this is the equivalent of a syllabus, and so each one of these sections might be a section in your syllabus, and that's the way that we have created an online syllabus here in this course. There's many, many ways to tackle it, and this is one of the ways that we've done it. But if you go down and look at one of the units, what you'll see is that we have an introduction to the unit, and then we have a lesson or two each week, and then we have a series of tasks. One of the tasks each week has to do with using Canvas tools. It's called a tech task. And the tech tasks are fairly straightforward. There's Canvas guides to help you with them, but it's really designed to help you understand the tools that you can use as you're building your courses in Canvas. Next, we always have a discussion. The discussions are opportunities to exchange ideas with your peers and to actually see what your peers are doing, which gives you an opportunity to self-assess, because when we can see what other people are doing, we can also gauge if what we're doing is equivalent to what they're doing, or if our ideas are equivalent to other people's ideas. So the discussions are a really rich opportunity to not only share, but to engage in self-reflection. And since self-reflection is such an important part of the portfolio, we just want to emphasize that every single week to reflect with your peers. The next thing, so the reflection is the final thing that you would do in that weekly unit. And then there's also assignments. So an assignment might be something like to actually design a section of your course, or to think through how you would make a section of your course accessible. And so each week there's a series of things that you do, and these activities help you build your portfolio and help you build your Canvas course shell. So we think that we've designed it in a way that if you keep up with all of the coursework, then the end products that you're asked to produce kind of fall naturally into place. Now, faculty are the worst students. I don't know if you've heard that before, but I hope I'm not shocking you when I say that. And so it's always good to remind you right from the very start that the homework is the skeleton for what you're going to be doing. It sets it in place. It sets the framework in place. But then you have to actually flesh it out. So it's your responsibility to think through, okay, I learned how to do this. Now, how would I repeat it and do it? So for instance, we teach you how to make a Canvas content page. A Canvas content page might look something like this. So we'll teach you how to do this in Canvas, but you need more than one page in your course. So the assignment is to build one page, but if you're going to build a course, you're going to need more than one page. And so remember that as you're kind of parsing out your time and thinking about how you're going to complete the work in the time allotted. And so I'm going to stop sharing for just a second, and I'm going to ask Kim to kind of pitch in now, because she's got some things to say about that time management skills that you need to get the work done.
Oh, there we go. So I took this class last semester during my semester. So the most important thing I learned is to manage my time. Because just like our online students, if some of you teach online already, it's very easy to put things off because other things become more important at the moment. So what I did, I think the best advice I have for everybody, because it can get overwhelming if you don't just kind of parcel out your time. So I did old school scheduling, and I got a piece of paper, and this is my calendar, and what these little sticky notes were are all of the assignments. And so I would dedicate a time on Monday, for example, I would dedicate 2 hours to do the reading and the discussion. And I thought about the projects, and the discussions are the thing that needs to be done first, because you contribute and then you go back and you reply to other people. So I would manage my time throughout the week and put different projects throughout the week when I had the most time. And then I would tell everybody in my family to go away for those times so that I would have time to do them. Because if you save them for the weekend, then everything gets piled up, and just with life, it just gets very all-consuming, and it gets stressful, and the class isn't as fun. So I thought, as I was going through the class, when I parceled out my week, it just worked better that way. Now, I also put the tech task early in the week, because if I had problems with it, for whatever reason, then I could email the instructors and say, help me, please. And then they had time to help me before it was due. So that's my best advice to everybody. Just to schedule the course in, look at the assignments every week, and then dedicate a certain amount of time every week that you think you'll need to read, do the tech tasks, do the discussion board, and then do the reflection.
Thanks, Kim. So I want to reiterate that as well. The @ONE courses are always planned so that they take about 10 hours a week. And we had a test pilot group come in to make sure that that was possible. And it seems like there's a lot of assignments, but we've stacked them in such a way that if the technical task takes a little bit more time, then the readings take a little bit less time. Or if we think that you can use more time for development of a content page, for instance, then the lesson took a little bit less time. So we try to keep you at about 10 hours every week, but you're going to need to dedicate the time in order to do that. If you fall behind, it's going to be really difficult to catch up. But please contact us if you need help with that, because we want to be there to help you with whatever it is that you need. Hi, Pablo. I want to open it up to questions and answers, but I also promised everyone in the announcement today that we would give you a little tech present. And so what we want to do is show you how to do something in your sandbox. Excuse me. All of a sudden, I am getting Lisa's cold. We've Zoomed too much together this week, and so I keep sneezing here. Okay, so what I'd like to do is walk you through. How many of you have used CCC Confer? Just a show of hands. If you've used CCC Confer to meet with students or to have a meeting. Okay, and so how many of you have used their new product, Confer Now? Okay, well, all of you get to raise your hand because you're all using Confer Now right now. Okay, so this is a new product. It runs off of a piece of software called Zoom. CCC Confer, which is free to all community college faculty, is a conferencing program that runs off of Blackboard Illuminate. But we actually have two products now that we get to choose from. So we have CCC Confer and we have Confer Now. And so I want to show you how to get a Confer Now account. So I am going to go ahead, and I just sent you the link to Confer Now in the chat. So if you open up the chat, you get the link to Confer Now. And then I'll walk you through the very, very easy process. So I've already lost my window. I accidentally closed it. If you go to confernow.org, you have to click on this little button that says sign up. That's how hard it is. And this is free for all California Community College faculty. So you click sign up, and then you fill out this little information form and push the blue button that says sign up, and then they send you the information for your account. Once you have an account, I'm going to back up one little bit. This right here are guides. And if you click, these are downloadable. And the guides are for you to learn how to do it as a faculty member. But there's also this really great handy guide for participants. And you can give this to your students. It's super easy to use. And it will help your students be better conference participants as well. Okay, so I have CCC Confer on my bookmark bar. So when I click on that, it's going to take me right to where I need to go in order to make a meeting. So this is what your dashboard looks like to schedule your meetings. And you just click schedule a meeting. And then you can say, I would like to set up, and I'm going to show you how to set up an office hour. So you could just title it. And often the title is just for yourself, just letting you kind of think through how you might build your title so that it's easy to remember. And then there's some options that you get to select. So right now, a recurring meeting is selected. If I unselect that, then I can set a specific time for a meeting. And then I can send an invitation to someone. Say Kim and I wanted to meet to talk about something. I could send her an invitation to have a meeting with me. But I'm going to go ahead and click recurring meeting, because when I do recurring meeting, what it means is that I can have that meeting anytime. And this meeting room, this virtual meeting room, will stay open for me whenever I need it. And I'm going to click enable join before host, because I want Lisa and Kim to be able to talk if they get there before me or something else. And then I'm going to schedule it. When I schedule it, I get a confirmation that it's been scheduled, and I get an option to copy the invitation. And when I copy the invitation, what it gives me is something that I can copy and send to my students or to my peers if I'm making a meeting for them. And so I just select everything and then select all and then Command or Control C to copy it. Now I am going to actually go in here and do a very, very select copy. I'm going to take just the URL, right? And I'm copying that right now. Okay, and I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to go ahead and come out of this. Right, now, if I've done this correctly, what I would like to do is then go into my courses, and I'm going to go into my sandbox. When I'm in my sandbox, I can scroll all the way down here to settings. And when I click on settings, it's going to allow me to add apps to my course. And so I'm going to click up here on apps. And I'm going to wait for all of the options to load. Now, if you're new to Canvas, you even have these apps in the free for Canvas, but some of them you have to pay for. So it says that they're here, but they're actually not really here. They're just saying, if you purchase them, these are the types of apps you can use. They're in alphabetical order, but one of them, many of them are free, but one of them for sure is free, and it's a little app called Redirect. So it's with the R's. This is what it looks like. Okay, so it doesn't say redirect until you scroll over it. It's the blue arrow. And when I click on this, it's going to say, would you like to add the app to your sandbox? And I'm going to say, yes, I want to add it to my sandbox. This is what the redirect tool does. It makes a button in your toolbar right here. And I'm going to call this button Office Hour. And then right here, I'm going to paste in that URL to the office hour I just created. And then I'm going to click Show in Course Navigation. Okay. Then when I add this app to my sandbox, my very messy sandbox, what you'll see is down here is now an office hour. And if I were to click on this right now, it would open up a Zoom conference just like the one that we're in. And you can use this office hour anytime. You don't have to make a meeting for it or anything else. You could just say to a student, go ahead and meet me in the office hour. And I've actually used the office hour 3 times today to help students who were having a technical problem. So it's a really handy tool to be able to meet face-to-face with your student. And the really cool thing about it is that you have the option to share your screen, to push out information in the chat. You can use a whiteboard, any app that you can use on your computer. If you're sharing the screen, your student can see. So if you teach math or some other, use some other kind of specialized software, you can share your screen and your students can see it. So that's a really huge benefit for those of us that teach things that aren't using standard applications like Word. The other beauty of it, though, is that your student can share their screen just as easy. So if they're struggling with something, they don't have to describe it to you. They can actually show you what they're doing. If they're struggling with technology, you can say, show me your screen, and I'll walk you through it. I cannot tell you how many times the Zoom app has saved me because my students were saying, I have no download button. I can't submit my assignment. There's no submit button. And I said, share your screen with me. And then lo and behold, we're able to uncover the submit button because they're in the wrong place. And it just takes a moment to correct the error rather than email volleys going back and forth with the student getting more and more frustrated. So that's the tech tip that we have for you today, and super easy to use. And every single one of you should have a Confer Now account. One, because it's free to California community colleges instructors. It's there for you to use. 2, because it's one of the most robust conferencing tools that I have ever used. And I teach communication. Conferencing tools are our thing. This is a really, really great one. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is unmute you all so that you can actually talk. If you have papers on your desk or something next to your microphone, then you can individually mute yourself. But otherwise, it's open for questions and answers.
I have a question.
Great.
Okay. I had signed up also to do a Blackboard thing because Southwestern College where I teach uses Blackboard.
Mm-hmm.
But then I went out of it because I was doing this. So is there a self-paced Blackboard that you could do to learn it, or will this help me pretty much figure out Blackboard for, I mean, I've done a lot of it, but for the finer things in it.
There is a self-paced Blackboard course, but it's an introduction to Blackboard. So if you've already used Blackboard to augment your class, I'm not sure that it would really help you. We'll find out where there's some other tools for you for
What?
Blackboard.
Okay,
I didn't do anything. I thought you did.
Uh-oh.
So I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I didn't either. It was that way when I got home today.
I was wondering if when we build our Canvas shell, the 2 is it modules or units, can we build that as if we're building, because I actually have a class to build, can we build that like we're building a class that we actually can use?
Yes. So here's the beauty. Yes. Here's the beauty of Canvas, and here's the beauty of this course. We absolutely want you to build something that you're going to use. First of all, there's all this opportunity for feedback. There's as much feedback as you want from your peers. And, I don't know how you all feel, but especially when I was first teaching, when people had to come into my course, I didn't sleep the night before. And, when you have to teach in front of another teacher, it can be really disconcerting. And then after a while, I started really liking it. I couldn't wait for days when my peers would come in. And if they wouldn't spend very long, I'd feel cheated. I'd feel robbed. Like, wow, I prepped all this stuff and then they didn't even stay that long, or we didn't have that long of a conversation. One of the things that I have found through working with OEI and really closely looking at courses, and I think that Kim could probably back me on this because she's done course review as well, and Katie as an instructional designer, you learn so much from being in other people's courses. I can't tell you how much I've learned from my peers. And I thought that I had a really strong course before I started doing this. And then I just feel like I've improved immensely since then. So it's a real opportunity for you to have feedback from people that matter in your course. So we do hope that you'll build something that you're really going to use. And is your campus currently on Canvas?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's super easy to port it over. It's so easy to download it and upload it back into another Canvas shell. It's the easiest course copying I've ever done. Anybody else work in Moodle or Sakai?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, copying a course in Moodle, please, just don't make me do it again. And this is so easy. So yeah.
And I've been working in Canvas and Blackboard this semester at the same time. So there's lots of opportunities for people to kind of share really creative ideas and how to do things more easily. And what's great about this class as well is that you've got people from all these rich backgrounds. Last semester when I took this class, there was a designer, a graphic designer, and I thought, oh, please look at my stuff. And I thought it was pretty snazzy, and all she did was, just give me great feedback on colors and busyness and things as a communication instructor, I never would have thought of because I like the rainbow. And like, no, down to 3 colors, Kim, what are you doing? And I never would have thought about it that way. And oh my gosh, as soon as I implemented some of her ideas, everything looks so much better. So that's really the richness of this course, is that we all have these very different backgrounds and we're sharing those backgrounds with one another.
Jessica, you had a question?
Yes. Hi, everyone. I was having some technical problems when I first logged in, so I didn't get a chance to say hello. About the sandbox feature, you said that it's really simple to load the course once we've designed it in Sandbox to the LMS or the Canvas at our campus. I've heard that there's some features that don't transfer over, and I'm curious what those are.
So those would be, if you were using specialty apps, those wouldn't transfer over unless your campus also had that specialty app. But for the basic course design stuff, everything copies over. Katie, do you know anything specifically?
Yeah, I think the external apps things, for example, if you have Turnitin at your campus, you're not going to have that in your Sandbox course. So, but pretty much, I think anything that you're building in this class, like Lene says, you're not going to have a problem transferring those over.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I think it works really well. Yeah, and it's just as simple. It's a download and then re-upload into your course. It's like 3 clicks. So.
And then Jessica, anything that doesn't transfer over, you can copy the HTML code and then just copy and paste it into your other shell.
Okay, and I'll know how to do that by the end of this course, right?
Yeah, it'll take you 2 seconds to show you that. It's very, very
great.
Yeah, Jessica, I used a typewriter when I was in college. And so I will say that
I'm not going to say anything. But that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, because that's how old I am. But if I can do it, then and I can teach any of you to do it. I mean, that's how easy it is. And I mean, I'm also an English instructor, and so like looking for commas that are missing and paying attention to that is kind of like tied into what I do. So the HTML code makes sense to me because if you're missing a piece of code, then the sentence no longer works. Okay. And so long as you get that if it's not working, it's because you made a boo-boo and you need to find the boo-boo. Okay. You're good.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask about something similar to that, and that is that your interface, the tabs at the top, and that looks very different than what I have in Canvas at my college. And so are we expected to do that, or are you going to teach us how to do that? Or
you want to do it?
Well, I kind of do, yeah. Although it's a little intimidating to look at the whole thing. So,
Katie, do you want to talk to that?
Sure. To do basic things in Canvas, page design, there are some really basic things. You can upload files and images and things into your Canvas page to make it look professional, and it's very easy to do. Canvas actually lets you upload from Flickr, for example. So you can upload a whole bunch of stuff. Now, the tabs and things involve a little coding, but basically it's a copy and paste job. And so, if you're interested in that, just let me or anybody else know, and we can put together some information on how to do that. But everything's there. I'm not a tech person, so even though I work in the distance ed department, I was brought in as a teaching person and not a tech person. And like Lene said, if she can do it, if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah. And the cool thing is
and it's
that,
actually fun.
yeah, and we do have a couple of people at One that are real tech people. They love that technical part. And so what they're really good at, so everything that's done at One is shared by Creative Commons license. So if you see anything in our course, it's yours. If you want to use it, you take it. And so, and all we ask is that you keep the Creative Commons license with it. All right, so anything that's in one of our courses is open for you to use. If we've created it, we created it for you to use. So we're going to be giving you a lot of stuff. And one of those things is that pattern to do anything in our course. We will show you how to do. We don't have a single thing in our course that you can't do. So if it's tabs, we have a template to do that. You copy the HTML code, you paste it into your page, and then you fill in the blanks. You just have to make sure that you don't accidentally erase some code. But I've broken it, and so I can teach you how to fix it. And then so we have the tabs, we have the accordions that are all in templates. We have, when Canvas allows you to insert an image, which they make so very, very easy, and they have this huge database of images in Flickr. I teach a course, a critical thinking course on Disney, and I paid Disney $100 to license their images. It turns out Canvas has thousands of Disney images for me to choose from that are already Creative Commons licensed. So I didn't have to pay that $100 to Disney. I wish I could have it back because they got enough money. But so they make it very easy to include an image, but the image you can't manipulate it. You can't put it with text around it or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. And I wanted my text to wrap around my image. I think that looks more professional. Mm-hmm. And so we have code for you to copy to make the text wrap around your image. And you don't have to know how to work the code or anything else. You just have to know how to copy it and paste it. And so we will teach you how to do that if you'd like to.
That would be great, because I've had a lot of frustrating hours with the Pages feature trying to make images and text work together.
So the attitude
it can be really hard.
Yeah. Sorry, Katie, I was talking over you.
Sorry.
Okay, other questions? Okay, well, I would like to go around one more time because I was actually moving a little closer to the modem here so that I could have a more stable connection. If you could just say your name and the discipline that you teach in, because I think it's really important for people to know who else is teaching in their discipline. But I also think it's really great to know, so Lisa Carmel, am I saying your last name right?
Yes.
Okay, so she teaches in art. And so she's going to have a visual acuity that I lack. And I want to know that because I like meeting people that can help me fill my gap. And so I think it would be really nice for people to know. I mean, how many of you love looking for missed commas or run-on sentences? I'm your person. Yeah. I tell you, it takes me 2 seconds. It's like not a problem at all. So the interesting thing about the Brady Bunch view that we have right now is that each one of us has a different Brady Bunch view. So I can't say start in the upper right-hand corner and work your way around because you're all in a different position. So I'm going to just call out your name, and I'll make sure that you're not muted, and then I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself. So I'm going to start on what's clockwise for me. So Robert, can you tell us a little more about yourself? Oops, I keep unmuting you and then I'm trying to do it for you.
I'm good. Rob Jackson, and I am not teaching right now. I'm hoping to teach in a year or so. It'll be an administration of justice. And I was told that this is the future as far as online teaching. I wanted to get ahead of the game, so here I am.
Great, terrific. Nice to have you with the class.
Thank you.
Lisa Says. Sales?
Yeah.
Okay.
I teach communication studies at College of the Redwoods. I also have an MFA in art as well, and previously taught art and art history. And yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, and let me see if I could get to Kelly. And Kelly, I'll unmute you. Are you there, Kelly? Okay. Maybe she can't talk. Okay, Claudia.
She said working on getting a mic for next time or something.
Oh, you know what? She doesn't have to worry about that. Hey, Kelly, your mic is working just fine. Just try talking.
Oh, okay. How's that?
That's perfect.
Oh, okay. Okay. See, I'm a newbie.
That's okay. We like newbies.
Okay. Well, currently I am.
We lost your mic, Kelly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. And wanting to take the teaching profession into the junior college level.
And what
For
field do you teach in?
elementary. I'm teaching in elementary, multiple subjects.
Oh, cool. All right. So you have lots of patience.
At times, at this time in the year, they start to wear thin, third trimester. So, sorry. That's okay. No problem.
Okay, Claudia.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Okay. I work at College of the Desert, and I'm a librarian there. And I've been taking online classes on and off since 2009. And I just finished a program through San Jose State University, their iSchool. And I did postmaster's work there. And of course, it's a fully online program. So I'm very good at being an online student. I have no online teaching experience, and I don't teach a for credit class. I do face-to-face instruction. And I'm hoping to develop some online research classes for my college. So that's why I'm here.
That's so excellent. I have to tell you, library guides are the greatest thing that ever happened. And they're all part of online teaching. I use library guides all the time. So I think they're amazing, and librarians are amazing. And I'm so happy you're here.
Oh, thank you very much. It's good to be here.
Yay. So Lisa, you're unmuted. Can you, Lisa Carmel?
Uh-huh.
Can you just remind everybody what you teach?
Oh, I'm sorry. I teach art classes. I teach drawing, painting, design, figure drawing, whatever. And I'm slated to teach art appreciation online. So,
Yay.
yeah, I haven't taught online yet.
I'll take your art appreciation class online. I would love that.
Great.
Okay, Sam, you want to unmute yourself, or you want me to unmute you?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me, folks?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm Sam. I teach business at Pasadena City College, where Katie works. And I'm new even to teaching. I spent all my life running my own consulting practice, and I finally retired last year. And I got bored sitting at home. And since my wife is a teacher, she said, "Why don't you teach?" So I went up to our school, and they looked at me and said, "Yeah, why don't you teach?" Now, this is my second semester. I mean, I'm not a teacher by profession. I've done pure global leadership consulting. That's what I've done all my life. So um, uh, I'm enjoying my teaching, but I somehow, talking to Katie and others, I thought it's really worth learning how to teach online. Uh, I have done face-to-face teaching, and it is only my second semester. So you will probably find me the least capable student of yours for all those reasons. And I'm also, a really old goat. So there's so many reasons why you'll be baffled, by my questions, but please bear with me. They will be well intentioned. But I intend to crack it. I want to learn. I want to understand how to teach online. And I hope, I can add value to some other colleagues as well.
Well, you're already off to a fabulous start because I've had several wonderful conversations with you today. So, welcome to the class.
So already that
I thought that your emails were very polite and very to the point. I thought they were wonderful.
Thank you, very kind of you.
And there was not a single grammar error. Jessica?
Sam's wife is an English teacher.
Jessica, it's to you.
I wasn't sure if my audio was on. Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Morrow, and I teach English, mainly developmental reading and writing at Contra Costa College and Ohlone College. And yeah, so I'm going to be teaching an English freshman composition course online for the first time over the summer. And that's why I was in such a rush to participate in this course. And I'm really happy to be participating in this course. I haven't taught online before or full-term course online. So I'm definitely going to be applying everything that I'm using or that we're learning. And yeah, I'm just excited to get to know all of you too.
So Jessica, I'm going to tell you right now that I'm going to push you to do screencasts because you have an amazing voice. Really nice articulation. So your students are going to love hearing you talk to them.
I have a Snagit, so I can create different presentations that put audio to PowerPoints.
Yeah,
it's something that I'd really like to do as well, is integrate that into my course. Because I've taken the Introduction to Online Teaching and Learning with Canvas, so I have all of that. I have a unit already created, but I don't feel comfortable teaching online yet. So
give it a week.
Okay, I'll trust you.
So Snagit is great. I use Snagit every single day. It's $15 and it's a great $15.
Nice.
But there's also another $15 purchase that you can make, and that's Screencast-O-Matic.
Oh.
And they have just done amazing things with their product, and it's web-based, and so you can actually load it onto your computer, do everything on your computer, and then store your videos in Screencast-O-Matic and connect directly to YouTube. And it's just really, I have Camtasia as well, and I use Camtasia, but Screencast-O-Matic is like the go-to best way to do a great fast video. So
nice.
The video that is our introductory video was all done, the captions, everything in Screencast-O-Matic.
Nice. Was it machine captioned or?
Pardon?
Was it machine captioned, or did you have to type in the?
We will teach you to always work from a script. Yeah, we will teach you to always work from a script. There's no other way to teach. You can do something off the cuff, so long as you're willing to transcribe it yourself, which does not take nearly as long once you get used to doing it. But working from a script is it's teaching because you're intentional. You have your goal in mind. And I mean, I can see Katie nodding because we've both been around doing this for a long time, and it's just a super, super important thing to know how to write a script and then deliver the script. So practice. Yeah.
Lenny, can you just send I didn't catch the name of the software. How do you spell it?
I'll send it in the chat.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
And then also the last person was Pablo, and I don't know if he's driving. It looks like we're in a parking lot, Pablo. I was going to introduce you as my favorite history teacher, but I don't know if we have audio for him or not. So I'll introduce Pablo as my favorite history teacher. He teaches at San Francisco City College, and he happens to teach really close to where my daughters go to. They sing in a chorus, and so we get to see each other occasionally and work on our online courses. So it's nice to see someone here. I hope he could hear that. All right, well, so we don't have anything else to tell you. We really just wanted to welcome you and let you know that you're being supported by an entire team of people, and we're super excited about the course. We're super excited to be working with each other and with you, and we can't wait to share what we know, hear what you know, and provide a place where all of us can learn from one another. So welcome to OESP, and we're going to have a lot of fun over the next 12 to 14 weeks.
Yeah.
I will stay on in case anyone has any other questions, so feel free to stay. But if you need to get on with your evening, feel free to log off now as well. I'll stop the recordings if you want